Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 0. Got this at my local library. I wanted to read Jujutsu Kaisen. I hear so much about it. I didn't really know exactly what it was about, but I've heard so much about it. I actually own the 0, but I didn't want to mess up my book. I only paid like 50 cents for it. So, this, believe it or not, this manga, this story, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0, I'm not sure if, well, it says the prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen. The prequel? So, Volume 1 might be the better one, because this was not that great. I mean, it was good. It was okay. The fight scenes were pretty cool. The characters, and there was a lot of bad acting in this manga. But you know what this manga reminds me of the most? It reminds me of the X-Men. It has so many parallels to X-Men, like with mutants and sorcerers. Like they're sorcerers, they're mutants. Mutants have mutant powers. And you got Magneto in one side, and you have Professor Xavier on the other side. And they have their own students and their own crews. And they both, well, one works with the humans, and the other one hates the fucking humans. So it's basically like X-Men. But it uses these things called curses. These monsters' curses. It also reminds me of the manga JoJo, where they have these fuck, I forgot they were called stands, probably. A stand ability, where like they have their aura or their essence comes out of them and fights for them. Was it called the stand? I don't remember. Something like that. But the thing is that I was kind of like confused for a lot of it, and I was kind of like lost reading the whole thing, and towards the end I was even more lost. So I'm gonna have to read volume 1, but as far as volume 0, if I was to judge it as a standalone comic or manga, like standalone, I would say it's pretty okay, but it's not phenomenal. The story does not seem original because it parallels too much of the X-Men. And I know that's an American comic book, but it's almost like the X-Men, and it's a little bit of JoJo, and it's just like not that original. And the protagonist having these extreme superpowers, that's in every fucking manga and anime ever. Like this one guy that he's brand new, he doesn't have, like, they're like, oh, he ends up being like the most powerful person in the world. That's every freaking anime and manga. It's been done so much, it makes me sick. But it's hard to grasp this guy's personality. It's hard to grasp everybody else's personality. It's kind of confusing how the classes are. It's a high school, and but the classes are not in classrooms. They're like in places. So I don't really know. It's very confusing. And there's not a lot of students. There's very little bit of students, so I don't know. The whole thing is kind of weird. I'm gonna read volume 1 to see what that's like. But as far as it being my favorite or a manga that I would actually want to read, I probably would not want to read this manga. There's just so many fucking manga and anime out there that it really has to be really, really good, really original, groundbreaking, and something phenomenal. And mangas that are better than this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Chainsaw Man, um, the Watamote. This one, no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault. I'm not popular. That one's pretty good. Berserk is good. There's just like so many other really good mangas. Now, if you read all the mangas in the world and you haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen, then I guess you have no choice but to read it. But as far as like actually wanting to read this, it does not really capture my interest that much. But I have most of the books because I got them from the library. So I got a lot of the volumes, and I was hoping that it was going to be a phenomenal manga series that I would want to keep it in my collection. But if it's not the best of the best, or at least above average, I don't want that in my collection, and I'd rather just sell it or give it away than to have it in my collection. I mean, it has to be a certain type of good for me to keep it, because manga takes up a lot of space. So I rather reserve that space for a better manga or the best of the best manga or anime. So that's my review.